to see exactly how I made money this week, also stay tuned because we're going to go over all the price actions where we made $8,000 in one trade, $3,000 in one trade, and I'm going to give you guys a short glimpse. This was a great trade right here. The fib, I still could have caught this trade. If I didn't see the 23-100, I still could have got this trade because there's so many other reasons. No days off, just gotta keep it going one day at a time. It ain't gonna happen overnight. When it comes to trading, you don't need to learn every single thing about it. You just gotta have your system, have confidence in yourself and your system, and then be able to keep replicating that long term. You don't gotta learn every single way of entering the market. You don't gotta learn every single way of getting in and getting out of a trade. We had to make these custom bracelets. This has a line on it. Then I got FBA. Morning everybody, and welcome back to another video. I am Atlanta still. It is Saturday morning. Looks a little bit blurry, but neither here nor there. We're about to hop on a call with the team. It is 8 in the morning. We have a group call. I got one-on-one calls. I gotta go to the garden today, like this botanical garden later on. Also going to go to like the Ferris wheel thing, like downtown Atlanta. Whole lot of stuff planned. If you want to watch that, make sure you stay tuned. If you want to see exactly how I made money this week, also stay tuned because we're going to go over all the price actions. So if you're not part of the team, apply to the team where we made $8,000 in one trade, $3,000 in one trade, and I'm going to give you guys a short glimpse. So enjoy the free content for a reason. But we're going to mark up the previous highs and lows. If we're going to be back testing Monday, we're going to mark up the previous highs and lows from the previous Sunday. So once we got that previous Sunday marked up, we're going to also get the 8s in session range. Doing this markup with my laptop is going to be atrocious. But you know what? Only the strong survive. We got this. Make this color. Got the 8s in session range. So we have the 8s in session range, the previous day's high, previous day's low. First thing that I noticed is we came nowhere near the previous day's low. We came a little bit lower at 9 in the morning. Oh, coinky dink, right? Coinky dink. But the first thing I noticed, for one, this looks like a retracement because what? Thursday was bullish, Friday was trying to attempt to be bullish, and then what happened on Monday? If I were to pull a fib from this low to the London high before we got this retracement, I'm gonna pull a fib to here. I'm gonna firstly start off with 50% of the fib. I don't even gotta go anywhere else. Okay, 50% worked out. 50% of the range, we have, if you look to the left, if you look very close into here, there's only one hour gap in here. And ain't it pretty clean how price just so happened to fill that shit right at the 50% of the range, how it just so happened to retrace a little bit and run these small lows. It ran the London low of the day before creating this low. And then at what time? 9 o'clock doing this? Listen, this was a great trade right here. Monday was a great trade. This right here was a great trade. Now let me annotate why, because the reasoning is the most important thing. It didn't go into much drawdown, meaning most people, if you at least would have had the proper reasoning for why this trade was going to go higher, you shouldn't have really lost this trade because it didn't really go into drawdown. Meaning if you would have got in anywhere within these couple points, you would have been good. But let's annotate. At 9 in the morning, what happened? We had the fib long, firstly. Secondly, we had the 1 hour for value gap. And then lastly, if we just take into consideration, price for the last couple of days have already been bullish. That means we were simply already following the bullish trend. Following the bullish trend at our time to trade at a 1 hour gap, along with the along with the fib long that supports why we should also have a reaction from this specific area. So now let's take a step further. If you would have tried to get the safest possible entry, getting in as soon as it hit that 1 hour gap, even if you would have got a 50-point stop loss, 30-point stop loss, you would have been good. I think on this day specifically, I used a 30-point stop loss, but I think I traded on US 30. I think the similar trade happened on US 30, but let's just say this is NAS, so we're going to use about a 30-point stop loss, which is what I'm usually using on NAS. You can see the reaction that we had. I don't remember specifically how much I made on this trade, but this is a very simple trade idea. If you would have been targeting the previous day's high, this would have been an easy, almost a 1 to 3. But that's risking 30 points. That's not going into much drawdown. That's having every confirmation on your side for why price should have this reaction from this area to go higher. It's not a bad idea. Like, this is something I would constantly want to replicate. And it's very straightforward. Like, to keep it very brutally simple, this is very straightforward. Very straightforward. Following the trend, I pulled a fib from the previous high to the previous day, current high, retrace, that 50% is at the 1 hour gap. Why is this 1 hour gap clear and clean? Because there is no other 1 hour gap. There's no other gap in here. There's a gap in here. and there's a gap in here. That gap got filled in previous day, hours, and hours before, pushed, retraced into what? The only 1 hour gap. If I were to take it a step further, there's probably a 4 hour gap. If I were to take a step further, there probably is something on a lower time frame. But based off the hour time frame, based off of my higher time frames, this is all I would have needed. And if you want to take it even a step further, big figure level, 23,100. There you go. More than enough reasons. I tell you guys all the time, you can have 1,000 reasons for why it's going to play out. It doesn't mean it's going to play out. You don't need to have every one. All these reasons were here. If I didn't see the fib, I still could have caught this trade. If I didn't see the 23,100, I still could have got this trade because there's so many other reasons for why I did. And this was a good trade. So that was going to be Monday. Monday was a great day. Now we're going to move on to Tuesday. So the same exact shit, same process. Mark up the previous high for Monday now and the previous low. In this case, this is where we went bearish. Now, we went bearish on this day, on Tuesday, due to the fact that we had a lot of volume at 9 o'clock. We dropped off, and based off of us dropping off like this is what created the low of the week. This is what started to reverse and flip us going to the bullish side. So even though this was a bearish day, even though this was Tuesday was one of the days where I would have wanted to catch a trade, I would have wanted to hold a trade during our time to trade at 9 o'clock, it was a little bit tricky, if I do say so myself. At 8, 9 in the morning, we came very close to running this London high. Oh no, did we run it? Okay, we did run the London high. Okay, so there's gonna be a little bit more in here to go over that. So first thing I'm gonna also do, I'm gonna mark up this previous high, and I'm gonna get this current low, and I'm gonna get a fib. First thing I'm gonna check is I'm gonna check the continuation, because when price has, not even the continuation, this shit hit the 50%. You know, when market touches these areas like this, you would think I'm making it up. Like, generally, you would think I'm making it up. But yeah, look, the 50, that's pretty damn precise, if I do say so myself. Yeah, and I mean, look, y'all, I didn't invent these prices. I didn't invent none of it. I'm just drawing it and showing it to you because this is going to happen regardless, right? So look, pulled out fib, previous high to the current low during 5 a.m. before we got this retracement at 9 in the morning. We traded into at what time? 9 in the morning. What the hell? About to change the interval. So at 9 in the morning, we traded into the fib long 50%. Once again, we also had a false break of the London. I'm gonna just put London high just to abbreviate everything. We had a false break of the London high at 9 in the morning after trading into fib 50%. And in this case, this would be when having a higher time frame gap will come into play. But usually I'm either looking for a false break or for value gap fill. So in this case, I'm not going to try to find, is there a gap here also? Because this would have been one of the main confirmations. And we also have big figure level 23,200 right here. So that's also going to go into why price had this reaction. 23,200. So you had 23,200 big figure level. You had the 9 a.m. volume, 50% of the fib long, and you had a false break, a London high. Now, even though you have all these confirmations, even though this would have been the ideal trade of the day for an intraday trade, a trade that you wouldn't have to be holding for 5 days, a trade you wouldn't have had to hold until Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, this would have been the ideal trade, catching something like this. But in my opinion, I wouldn't have caught this. In my opinion, I wouldn't have been looking for shorts this heavy at this time after running this London high. But that's just being realistic. I wouldn't have caught this trade. I'm going to tell you guys the trade that I ideally would have wanted to be in though, which would have been shorting at this. As soon as we ran the London high would have been my false break scenario, but it ran it pretty quick and immediately had that reaction. But that's where I would have been looking for my entry. I would have been looking for my entry there, looking for about a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. In this case, if I would have been able to simply just target this low right here where I could pull the fib, that would have been an easy 1 to 2, almost a 1 to 3 trade. And that's not nothing complicated. That's not crazy reactions. That's not having the craziest trade in the world. That's just simply looking for false breaks or for value gap fills aligned with a fib, aligned with a big figure level, aligned with following the trend. In this case, it was following London's trend. It wasn't following the overall week's trend, but sometimes it's going to be like that. This had a very, very good short trade, and it ended up going all the way lower to 1 to 4, could have went to a 1 to 7. But this would have been the ideal short trade for our time to trade. Now, the ideal trade in general, get rid of some of these markups while I give you the actual ideal trade. All right, I just got done the group call with the team, first call of the day. But we about to hop on this call with my boy Bishop. I got 3 one-on-one calls that I'm gonna have to do. It is 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, group call is done. That's uploaded so the people that came late, they can check that out and everything. But if you came late and you're watching this video right now, you's a bitch. Now, that's a fact. No days off. Just gotta keep it going one day at a time. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Yeah, click on that, and then go to the bottom and make sure it's all the way like to 0, and do it for both sides. And that's just gonna make sure you don't got like those lines. It'll just like blend it in with your background color. So all you'll have is just candle, and if you put the ICT now, you can kind of have everything a little bit more clean. Because the main thing, there's no right or wrong when it comes to like a trading view markup or anything. It's just more or less just having what fits best and what works best for you in terms of what you like to see, the colorway, the color scheme, like all of that stuff. Like there's no right or wrong. It's just kind of having this structure to where everything is done. Like also with the ICT New York Open, when you put that on, just make sure the times line up with that now, because now your time won't be messed up. So 12 o'clock would be 000. And since this is off a 24-hour time, the 000, every single time is 12 a.m., 12 a.m., 12 a.m. And since you're going up in New York now, all of that stuff, the Eastern session range, all of that stuff will be able to be marked up accordingly, if that makes sense. You can edit it. Go into the ICT New York Open and because sometimes you just gotta play around with it. What I would recommend, go into it. Of trading, like trading, it's complicated, but in the grand scheme of things, it seems more complicated than it really is. It's like learning a language. Learning a language seems complicated, but once you understand the certain words, once you understand the certain sentences, it's way easier to fluently say certain things. And when it comes to trading, you don't need to learn every single thing about it. You just got to have your system, have confidence in yourself and your system, and then be able to keep replicating that long term. You don't got to learn every single way of entering the market. You don't got to learn every single way of getting in and getting out of a trade. You just got to learn one that works best for you and stick to it, and then keep adapting and improving based off of that. Like the way I like to say it, think of it like you're learning one specific paragraph in a different language, and you just gotta keep learning that paragraph, just that specific paragraph. You just gotta learn the ins and outs. It's like the same exact thing. You don't gotta learn a million different paragraphs like if you're learning a language, but in trading, it's just learning those things that you're gonna be using, and then off of that, you use that to keep improving. Then you keep using that to like get to the next level, essentially. Just hopped off second call. We got the third one about to get into. Yeah. No days off, no days off. Let's get straight to work. So much about trading yet. That's going to be one of the main things that's going to really help, because it's like the language essentially. When you're learning a different language, you got to learn the letters. You got to learn like how to pronounce each one. That's the equivalent to trading the language, being able to read the candlesticks, being able to read the candle. Like that's bare bone basics. But that's going to be definitely the good foundation. So I'm going to start sending you like the guidelines that I would want you to do, like in terms of just like basically giving you everything you need, explaining the concepts, showing the examples. And then lastly, once you get through the point of being able to finish these first meeting recordings, that's when I'm going to recommend we hop on a demo account, because I always tell everyone, information is cool, but the information doesn't mean anything until we actually try to use it. I could give you a book on how to fish. I could give you a book on how to ride a bike, on how to go ride a boat. But that doesn't mean that you immediately after you read it, you know how to do it. That doesn't know immediately after you read a book on how to ride a bike that you know how to keep your balance, that you can drive your bike for a mile straight, then go do a wheelie, and then make your way back. It doesn't mean that you can do that. It just means you know of what to do. But now the main thing is going to be taking all the information and trying to use it real time, trying to get experience with it. All right, we're done. Done 3 one-on-one calls, done the group call. Success. Now it's time to get the day started. I want to shower up. I'm about to smoke. I'm about to go actually enjoy being in Atlanta. I just spent the last like 3-4 hours working, but you know what? That's what we got to do to get that money. Just got done taking a shower and everything. I just put on this shirt. This shit make me look mad husky. It's like mad tight on the arms. About to put the watch on after cleaning it for the first time yesterday. Nice and snug. Boom. Don't know why the dogs are over there barking. Yo, come here. Come here. Aggressive ass dog. Hey, Nova, get over here. I will smack you. Yeah, we're about to go to like this garden. No, the garden we're gonna do tomorrow. Right now we're about to go to these museums, like this illusion museum, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we're gonna find out, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me for the ride. We were gonna go to the garden today, but they're doing some stuff since it's Saturday, so we're gonna go tomorrow. We're gonna go to this Ferris wheel thing tonight. And yeah, a lot of the work and education is done, so I'm bringing you along for the fun. I'm not bringing the camera, but I will bring my phone, so you'll get that type of vlog. Like you can tell it's like this, but when you look at it from a certain angle.
I see it, look.
See what?
Like, all of us.
Millennium Gate Museum. Nice.
You see the one in there?
Yeah. It looks like a emperor. The bridge.
Yeah. You can walk across the bridge and see it.
Alright, we just got back to the Airbnb. We went to the Museum of Illusions. I'm sure I recorded some content for you guys. But we're about to eat this food. Oh, I just kicked the dog in the face. But look. About to eat some wings. Got them from Hungry as Fuck. Got her some wings too. Fruit punch lemonade, another fruit punch lemonade. About to dive in. But yeah, the Museum of Illusions was valid. Aquarium yesterday was valid. Besides that, we are gonna go to the Ferris wheel tonight, so still gonna be able to give you guys some content when it comes to that. But yeah, this food's making my mouth water. I'm about to eat it. All right, right now, oh, get that brightness up. We're about to go to the car. We're about to go get some food and probably go to the Ferris wheel, but it did just start raining. So not sure what we about to do about that. But we gonna figure it out nonetheless. I'm hungry. I wanna get some nice food. Don't know what we're gonna get yet, but we gonna figure it out. Hopping on Old Bloody. And I didn't show you guys the bracelet that we got. Ugh. Hop in the car. When we was at, like, I don't even know, when we got at one of the spots, we got one of these bead places and we had them make these custom bracelets. This has a lion on it. Then I got FBA on the side and it's just a white beaded bracelet. I already had this white beaded bracelet for the people that watch the vlogs, but I just put that one on this wrist. But now I got the FBA with the lion one. And she got one also. This one's like pink, but it has the line. It doesn't have letters, but it's just pink with the line. Nice Joan. But like I said, we about to go try to get some food, so I'll record and do everything. You know the vibes. And we are back at the crib. Just got some STK, great food. I'm honestly about to warm up the food that we still have because I'm about to eat more of it now. It was good food. It was expensive, but it was good. It was good, but this is where the video is gonna be coming to an end. Short vlog, this was a Saturday, day in the life of a trader. I don't even know, on vacation, work trip, business trip in Atlanta. If you wanna work with me one-on-one to get access to the one-on-one calls that you've seen in the video, to get access to the group call that you've seen in the video, to get access to everything to make your first 5 figures when it comes to trading, first link in the description. Second link is a free trading training. Third link is a broker that I use on a daily basis. And I'll see you guys tomorrow's daily video.